Hello. Today I will summarize a life cycle of a frog. Look at the screen. This is the life cycle of a frog.
The first stage is called the egg. Frogs lay their eggs in water or wet places. A floating clump of eggs is called unfertilized egg or frog spawn.
The single cell in the egg eventually splits into two. These two splits making 4 cells, and so on. Eventually, there are many cells in the egg.
The mass of cells in the egg come to form an embryo. Organs and gills begin to form, and in the meantime, the embryo lifts up of its internal yolk. This supplies it with nutrients for 21 days.
After its 21-day development period, the embryo leaves its cherry shell and attaches itself to a wick in the water. This quickly becomes a tadpole, a baby frog. The tadpoles grow until they are big enough to break free into the water. This can take from 3 days to 3 weeks, depending on what kind of frog they will become. They eat very small plants that stick to larger plants in the water.
After about 5 weeks, the tadpole begins to change from young tadpole to developed tadpole. The tail becomes larger and makes it now possible for the tadpole to swim around and catch food. Over time, the tadpole becomes even more frog-like. They have shed their skin and lips, its mouth widens, and it loses its horny jaws. The tail becomes much smaller and the legs grow. The lungs are almost functioning at this point.
11 weeks after the egg was laid, the fully developed frog with lungs, legs, and no tail emerges from the water.
This frog will live mostly on land, with occasional swims. The tiny frog begins to eat insects and worms. Eventually, it will find a mate. The female lays the egg, the male fertilizes them, and the whole process begins again.
This is the life cycle of the frog, and I think it's very easy for you to understand and remember. Bye.